Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday, the 23rd of August. How are you tonight? What are you, and especially you, grateful for tonight? That is the topic of the night. Gratefulness. Gratefulness is what I'm talking about tonight. That is what I am talking about. How are you? Can't believe it is Wednesday, the 23rd of August. We got a third of the month left or so to go. Another week. That is what we want to know. Let me see if I can get my screens going here. Trying to get all my screens going here. Boom. Boom. I think I got it if I turn this down correctly. Hey, Kenny, how are you tonight? How are things in Illinois? How are things in Illinois? I hope all is well with you tonight. I hope it is. I am feeling great tonight. I've connected with a lot of people tonight. It has been ultimately has been a positive day, although people are struggling. Hey, Carrie, how are you in Florida? Illinois and Florida live tonight. I'm glad to see that. I am thrilled to have you here. I am here in the pink, even. Very hot and very humid. Well, keep that in Illinois, Kitty. Keep the hot and humid in Illinois. I do not want that. It is funny. I've been telling this story all day because I've been talking to people in very hot and humid areas. But my sister is headed north this weekend from Texas, and she cares for my great nephew who is 2 years old, and so as she's heading north, she's having us bring clothing. Actually, I have some of it right here. Hang on a second. Let me show you some of the clothing that has aside has aside for Toby because it is so freaking hot in Texas. She has things like this aside for poor Toby. Whoop, hang on a second. I don't have it stretched out right. Like this because it's like a 40 plus degree difference between what it's doing in Texas, where poor Toby is, okay, and what it's doing in the Northeast, okay. I think this windbreaker here, this light jacket, is probably the latest thing that Cassandra has out for Toby. But the reality is that it is. It's like a 30, 40, 50 degree difference. I mean, my sister said it was like 110 the other night when I was talking to her. It's crazy. And she's headed up north here. And so Toby hasn't had anything like that. And it was in the 50s here this morning. It was in the 50s. Hey, April, how are you? Index of 113. You can keep that, Kitty. Thank you. You can keep 113 index. But it has been cool here. We are broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. Both Facebook and YouTube. Any problems with Facebook? Hop right on over to YouTube. Cassandra's got the link there for you in the show comments. But that's sort of the craziness in the weather right now. I mean, my sister's planning for it to be freezing here for my poor great nephew. My poor Toby has never felt it that cool. And so it's kind of crazy. But that's kind of the crazy that everybody's feeling tonight. And so that's sort of what I wanted to talk about tonight because it's just kind of like everybody's feeling a little bit out of the norm. And that has really been my day and the people that I've been talking to today. I've been talking to people all over the country today and all over and even my what did I just step out? I stepped on a dog toy. I have been talking to people all over the country. And they've all been under different kinds of stresses. And so I've been sitting here probably the last, well, probably more, almost an hour, because I was actually almost on time tonight. I know none of, no, I don't deserve anybody believing me that I was going to be on time at 8 o'clock tonight. But I have been stressing with what to talk about tonight because of the stress everybody's under. Let me talk about that. But let me open the Stay Positive book. Stay Positive book is how we start the night every night. Tonight we are on page. Is that right? Page 270. 20 ways to get mentally tough at work and in sports and in life. When you face a setback, think of it as a defining moment that will lead to a future accomplishment. When you encounter adversity, remember the best don't just face adversity, they embrace it, knowing it's not a dead end but a detour to something greater and better. When you face negative people, know that the key to life is to stay positive in the face of negativity, not in the absence of it. After all, everyone will have to overcome negativity to define themselves and create their success. When you face the naysayers, remember the people who believed in you and who spoke positive words to you. When you face critics, remember to tune them out and focus on being the best you can be. When you wake up in the morning, take a morning walk of gratitude and prayer. It will create a fertile mind ready for success. When you fear trust, let your faith be greater than your doubt. When you fail, find the lesson in it and then recall a time when you have succeeded. When you head into battle, visualize success. When you are thinking about the past or worrying about the future, instead focus on your energy on the present moment. The now, where your power is the greatest. Excuse me. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Focus on the positive. Ah, don't believe it. Yes, well, we have to believe in the future. We have to believe in what we're. Excuse me. I have been allergy like all day today. I have been allergy like all day today. I'm sorry, folks. But that sentiment from the Stay Positive book is right on. Because I'm slightly off balance today because everybody has had a challenge in the last 24 hours. I have had so many folks that have been challenged in their beliefs, that have been challenged in their face to move forward, that have been challenged in their steps. I even had my BFF call me this afternoon and it's like, hey, I'm passing through. And he doesn't pass through, quote unquote, pass through my area. We tend to pass through each other in different cities. We tend to be, I'm in Missouri and wow, he's in Missouri at the same time. And we happen to catch each other a few times a year. My BFF and I do not live in the same city. We do not partake in the same city. But we find ourselves in those places from time to time. And today he was passing through my city and he was passing through like that in the Stay Positive book. Okay, how do I stay positive? These are the things, these are the challenges that face me. Thank you, April. These are the things that face me. And those things that face you have been hitting me hard today. I have had a lot of people hit me with what is hitting them hard today. And that is real. Okay, I will not deny that. I will not say, I will not make up any excuses for it. When you have real things hitting you, when things are coming at you, when life is coming at you hard, when life is coming at you hard, it's slugging at you. It happens sometimes. Even in the sunniest of days, even in the best of sales days, life comes slugging at you. It takes a left hook, a right hook, a jab. It happens. It happens. And it isn't about getting knocked down. It isn't about getting knocked down because we all get knocked down. I get knocked down sometimes. I can get knocked down. Yes, I can. It isn't about getting knocked down. It's about whether you get up or not. Okay? When you get hit, what do you do? What do you do when you get hit? When something comes at you from the side, boom! Life happens. Life happens, people. Things happen in business. And that's not the defining moment. That is not the defining moment. Yes, well, that is something for you, April. That is something for you. Cuss and get back up. Cuss and get back up. Yes. Well, I wouldn't have thought you'd cuss. Yes, get back up. It's not whether you get knocked down. We all get knocked down. It all happens. It all happens. We all get knocked down. Okay, we all go sideways. Actually, my YouTube camera is like way sideways. We all get sideways here, folks. Okay, it happens. There are so many things that come at us in a day. There are so many things, but get back up. That's the decision. The decision is to stand. The decision is to stand back up, to stand tall in your beliefs, to stand tall in who you are, stand tall for your store, for your community. That is what is the judge of it. That is what's the judge of it. That is what is makes you amazing. That is what makes you an amazing business owner. That is what makes you an amazing entrepreneur. Is the fact that you can get back up. The fact that you not only can get back up, but that you choose to get back up. That you make that choice because, quite honestly, it'd be easy to just lay down. It would be easy. The easy choice is I'm just going to lay right here. Nobody will notice. You're just going to lay right here. But it is the tough choice. It is the tough choice in business and in life to get back up. And when you choose to get back up, when you choose to take that punch, when you choose to take that slug towards life, towards better things will happen. Hey, Michelle, how are you tonight? It was great to see you live tonight. Great to see you live on your show. But it is that getting back up. It is that getting back up. That is what my friend sought me out for tonight. That's what he sought me out for. My BFF sought me out to make sure that he was getting back up and to hold him accountable for getting back up. And it is what so many of you have sought me out for over the last couple of days. Well, this just seems so. I just want to roll over. I don't want to get back up. No, you get back up. When you get knocked down, it's not about getting knocked out. Hey, we all get knocked down. We all get knocked down. You will get knocked down. You will get knocked down again. You will get knocked down. I will get knocked down again. I will get knocked down again. I'll go, yeah. No, we will get knocked down again. Okay? And it's not about the knockdown. The knockdown is nothing. The knockdown is nothing. It's about whether you get up. It's about whether you get up. That is the measure of you. That is the measure. You decide. You have the fortitude inside you. When you get knocked down, get back up. With whatever it is that you face. And we've all faced really awful things. all faced, and I guarantee you, whatever the worst is, most of the worst is in your head. I can guarantee you, I can top whatever your worst is. Whatever your worst is, I can top it in reality. I can top it in reality. So much so that my people can even joke about it. My child can even joke about it. My child can even joke about it. Okay, and I so much so that I'll even give you the live example. Okay, I'm in my 50s and I'm in the process of renewing my life insurance, and they're going over this, and you have this and that. My kid's like, well, did they ask you whether you've had a hit on you recently? And I'm like, well, they didn't ask that. Like, well, I have had a hit. Somebody put a hit out on me. And I don't say that lightly. I say that at a reality. And that's a whole nother story. A whole nother story that I will leave to the side. And I don't mean that to leave you hanging, but I'm leaving you that I got back up. I I I got back up from that. And so whatever you got, get back up. Get back up. That is my story for today. It is to take the hit. You should take. We all take hits. We all take bad comments. We all take things that happen with employees. We all take things that happen in our business, and we take it intensely personal. Take it intensely personal. But that isn't the problem. The problem is getting back up. The problem is whether you decide to get back up, because things will happen. But the difference between everybody else and an entrepreneur, the difference between everybody else, the average clock puncher, click, I punch my clock. Uh, the employee hits do hurt. The employee hits, and I was talking about that, you know. So, like, one of the employee hits, Michelle, since you bring it up, that I talk about, okay, that I carry with me, and it happened I mean, more than a decade ago. Okay, so one of the employee hits that I take that hits me that I handled wrong. Okay, it's way more than a decade ago. I don't even remember how long it is. I'd have to go back and really look it up. But I own it. I own it. And I was talking about it just yesterday, as a matter of fact. It is I talked about an employee situation where I was bitching to manager. There's no better term to say it. I was bitching to a manager. I was in the back room. I was bitching at a manager. And I was like, why can't this employee just keep her mouth shut? I mean, she had diarrhea of the mouth. She would just go on and on and on and create problem after problem. Okay, and I was going on and on. I was a terrible leader at that point. It was way more than a decade ago. Way more than a decade. And I wasn't the leader that I am today. And I was doing this manager and everything else. And you know what? That employee, as I'm going on about this employee, about the manager, why can't you keep your mouth shut? Was right behind me. And I own that situation. I remember it vividly. I can see it in my head. I can see it just as clear as it was yesterday. Might as well have been today, actually. Okay. And yeah, that hurts. I would not do that the way I did it, well, probably 15, 18 plus years ago now. Okay. Uh, the way I do it today. Okay. But I've learned from that. I'm a better person than I was back then, than I was 2 decades ago. I'm a way better. I believe I'm a better person than I was 2 decades ago. And it is hard. It is hard. Some of the things that happen with employees, but we make our best effort to make them better. We make our best effort to make us better. Okay, and we don't hold the things that we did wrong against future employees. We trust, one of the most important things we do is trust the future employees. You don't hold against them what you had with the previous employee, because that's one of the mistakes that a lot of entrepreneurs make is they hold against, well, this employee 12 years ago did this to me, so all employees must be that bad. And that's not true. That's painting with a broad brush, and that's not fair. So we need to be fair to all our team members because that's how we grow. That's how we grow. That's how we grow as a company. That's how we grow with team members. That's how we grow as entrepreneurs. So it is important. That growth is incredibly important. And I can appreciate the growth that I have had over the years. I am not the same person, it's funny because even with Cassandra, we'll talk about, I'm not the same person I was in my 20s. Like, thank God, because you still wouldn't be married to me. You'd probably be buried in the backyard if you still were the same person you were in your 20s. And, and so that shows my evolution. That shows my evolution as I am here decades later. Okay, I'm not buried in the backyard. Not buried in the backyard. I'm right in front and center with you and talking about what hits you hard. Okay, because I've been there. Okay, I can't talk about it unless I've been there. I can't feel it unless I've been there. I can't own it unless I own it and I've been there. So I have and I do and I have been there. And just decades of it. I mean, I think I go all the way back to my father's pharmacy, the things I did back then. So I very much own it, and I very much have been there. So we are there together. We are there together. But building a team, building people, developing people, because it's not just about employees, Michelle. It's about developing them into the better version of themselves, helping people find a better version of themselves because people want to grow. They want to grow. They want to be like this plant that I have here. They want to be like this. They want to grow. They want to grow into a better, bigger version of themselves. They may not understand it. They may not be able to find the words for it, but they ultimately want to grow. And we are part of their conduit to help that happen. We are part of that. And you are part of that as their entrepreneur, as their fearless, as for lack of a better term, you are their fearless leader. Okay, even when you feel fear, feel fear. Okay, I, to them you are fearless. Okay, but I know you have fear in walking the steps forward. I know the challenges you have, but I also know that you are the right person to lead them down that path. That you are the right person to walk with them down the path and lead them to a better tomorrow. You've got this. You've got this. And it starts with the right attitude. It starts with the right attitude, people. That is what it starts with. So you've got this. You can make it happen. You can make it happen. That is what it is. That is what it comes down to. You can make it happen. We're going to help many of you make it happen at the Make It Happen workshop in Orlando. Yes, we are. It's different than the other workshops. If you've been to one of our prior workshops, this is different. This iteration of it is different than the last two. So if you haven't, uh, so even if you've been to the last two, this is different. Make time for it in Orlando in October. We'd love to have you there. We would, Angie and I, so that we can help guide you on a path forward because that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. You know what else guides you on the path forward? This video and everything we talk about. This video and everything we talk about goes over to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store. You can like, comment, subscribe. And oh yes, ring the bell, ring it so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with everybody you know in business. The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. So we can help everybody grow a better business. We're here, I'm here every Sunday and Wednesday at more 8 than ish. Sunday and Wednesday at more 8 than ish. But if you have a question between, just email me. Deal. NEIL at nextlevelresale.com. NEIL at nextlevelresale.com. We start the program every night with the Stay Positive book. Stay Positive is where we start tonight. We're on page 270. I got you through page 270. Let's get through 271, which is right next to it. When you want to complain, instead identify a solution. When your own self-doubt crowds your mind, weed it and replace it with positive thoughts and positive self-talk. When you feel distracted, focus on your breathing. Observe your surroundings, clear your mind, and get into the zone. The zone is not a random event. It can be created. When you feel all is impossible, know that with God all things are possible. When you feel alone, think of all the people who have helped you along the way and who love you and support you now. When you feel lost, pray for guidance. When you are tired and drained, remember to never give up. Finish strong in everything you do. When you feel like you can't do it, know that you can do all things. Him who gives you strength. Through him who gives you strength. When you feel like your situation is beyond your control, pray and surrender. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. That is a huge rule. When you're in a high pressure situation and the game is on the line and everyone is watching you, remember this to smile, have fun, and enjoy it. Life is short. You only live once. You have nothing to lose. Seize the moment. Yes, indeed, people. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abrams. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, a make it happen game changer workshop in Orlando, Florida in October 2023. I'll be there. Do not miss it. Until then, and until when Sunday at More 18 or Sunday, I've lost track of my days. At More 18 days, know that you and you, but most importantly, you. Yes, you. Yeah, you. You're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. It's time for dessert. I'll see you on Sunday.